where we will be exposing everything.
Yeah. I have to tell Maddie a
secret. Really?
No, it's not a good secret.
Oh, no.
It's not a good secret. It's not even a secret. I can tell you right now. Do you want me to tell you right now?
Okay, what
I
is
think
it?
you're going to be pissed.
Stop. Then don't say it to me right now.
Dude, where are you? Pick up your phone. I'm going to a summer party tonight, and you're obviously invited, so call me back. Okay, love you. Bye.
What's up, you guys, and welcome back to Emotionally Online, the weekly summer party for spilling guts and sharing secrets, hosted by yours truly, the one and only Maddie Drossbeck, co-hosted this week by co-host of Loud About Nothing,
Yes.
Robbie Nunez.
What's
everybody.
I'm wearing a toga.
You are wearing a toga. Okay, I did actually go back and check. Our last episode was pre the Maine trip.
Oh, really?
It was in July.
We had a lot of fun in Maine.
We did. We had a lot of fun in Maine. I think about the Von Dutch music video frequently and how I should have posted that on my YouTube channel instead of just on Instagram.
You still can.
Maybe.
Bratty.
As a TBT.
TBT.
TBT, the Brat Summer.
Yeah. Last Brat Summer was awesome, and this one will be.
This one will be just a little bit worse.
I'm waiting for what the summer will be.
So 2 summers ago was
3 summers.
Wholesome Summer.
3 summers.
And then
ago.
last summer was Brat Summer.
Okay, yes,
So
you're
we're
right.
going, what was Wholesome to
Brat
to
I think fun.
fun. That's the word you're
Free
thinking.
fun. I'm like, they can't take the streets. They can't take the park yet.
Okay.
Well, they can't raise the prices. I think the
Sure.
prices of things are going up. And I'm like,
You're
I don't
having
want
an
this
outdoor summer.
to inhibit my fun.
A free
Summer.
free
Trying to find
fun,
thing that are free and
free
fun.
Yes. Whimsical.
Like back in the day, it was all free fun.
Totally.
You just have to use your imagination.
Okay.
You have to play outside.
We have to come up with a better word than fun.
Fun. I know, it's simple.
I feel like whimsical is kind of, it can sort of wrap both of them into
Whimsical. Imagination summer.
one. Imagination summer. Now we're getting Disney.
To Disney?
Imagination.
Yeah, you're right.
Like now we're
World
going a
of
different route,
imagination.
right?
When you
You're an
wish upon a
Imagineer.
star.
Isn't that
Yes.
what they call them?
I'm Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah.
Someone told me to wish upon a star recently.
Who?
Someone
In
at my
what
job.
context?
Someone at my job.
What did you do that would provoke that?
I don't know. I got called out on my job for having a crush.
Yeah, well.
And I was told to
Fair
wish
enough.
upon a star. That was the advice I got.
So that was a dunk, actually.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
I think so. I guess we got into it quick. Yeah, I got called out at my job for having a crush and acting like a middle schooler.
So it's
them.
obvious.
I didn't think it was obvious.
Well, if you're being told to wish on a star.
Yeah.
Wait, so does that mean that they think that you're like way out of your depth?
No.
What does that mean?
I don't
then?
think so. I think it was just like, I don't know. This is a
Crazier
good
things have
point.
happened. Like,
He was like, she knows. If I know, she knows. And I'm like, I don't know.
My first reaction to that was to be like, oh, so he's telling you, like, keep dreaming. Wish upon a star.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Or was he
yeah.
saying anything could happen?
Well, I think he was like, you should just ask
Who
her out.
knows?
And I was like,
Wish upon a star.
Yeah. No, he's not. I think he was like, you should just ask her out. And I was like, I can't. She has to ask me out. And then he was like, wish upon a star.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's
he's
not
being like,
gonna
that's not
happen.
happening.
No, yeah. Which I get. But I think we're all comfortable with the 5th grade energy. But I don't think it's that obvious.
Wow.
I have called Maddie after like a 45-second interaction to break down. But anyways, we're
Well, it sounds
emotionally
like he
online.
said to you the same thing that I said.
Yeah, you did. I thought of you.
Now that's 2 people.
Yeah. I'll think about it.
Did you guys know that May is International Masturbation Month? Yeah. Yeah, we got a whole month for us real jerkers. Listen, self-pleasure is important, okay? We're big proponents, big supporters of this over at the Emotionally Online podcast. And I wish the rest of the world could be as wonderful as this corner of the internet. But in reality, the topic of self-pleasure in most circles is still very taboo, which only means that when you have questions, you don't often have a lot of places to turn to get yourself reliable answers, which is why I am a huge fan of Beducated, the sponsor of today's episode, because they have hundreds of courses over on their platform that will not only help you enjoy sex more, but help you enjoy self-pleasure more. They have hundreds of courses aimed at helping you master new techniques and overall just build confidence in the bedroom, whether you are exploring solo or with a partner. The question of how to enhance your solo sex life is one that's come up frequently in real time in this podcast and in the history of this podcast in the submission box as well. The exploration of your self-pleasure journey, how to enjoy masturbation more, how to reach orgasm by yourself. These are topics that many people are searching for answers about. And if you are part of the group of people that is curious about this and is still trying to work out what an enjoyable solo sex life looks like for you, that is so normal, and you are in such good company. I know sometimes it can be hard to get out of your head and really relax yourself and let yourself enjoy masturbation. Sometimes it's hard to shut off all the extra noise and just focus on your pleasure, which is why I really loved Beducated's guided masturbation course, where the whole aim is to get yourself sort of out of your head and into your body, giving you the tools, giving you the confidence that you need in order to have a mind-blowing solo orgasm. So if any of that sounds like something you might be interested in, I really recommend you check out Beducated. And right now, Beducated is offering listeners of this podcast 60% off 1 year of Beducated when you use code Maddie at checkout. That's 60% off 1 year at Beducated, which is 10% higher than their typical discount in honor of Masturbation May coming up on us, of course. And it's worth noting that you can sign up absolutely risk-free with a 14-day money-back guarantee. So again, that's code Maddie for 60% off the yearly pass at Beducated. And thank you so much to Beducated for sponsoring today's podcast.
I don't know. We need to reclaim. We can't have zero. I think it's really easy for me to fall into no fun, I think.
Okay.
And just wallowing.
Like staying inside. Oh.
Staying inside, doom scrolling, thinking about the state of the world, which is important, I think, to think about. But
also,
we need to live some
joy
level
needs
of
to
life.
be in there.
Joy
too.
needs to be, yes.
Necessary.
Yes.
A little bit of whimsy,
If
you will.
The Lakers, not to bring up the Lakers also immediately, but they just released
literally first 3 minutes in the Lakers have been
brought up. Their like whole playoff video thing, they're trying to do focused joy. That's what they were talking about. They're big on joy, the Lakers.
Okay.
So maybe joyous summer. Does that sound too religious?
Joyous summer.
Summer of joy.
Joyous summer. It starts.
No, it's too religious.
Yeah, it is a little bit.
Which is beautiful.
Yeah.
It just sounds.
I'm like in whimsical summer.
Whimsical. What does this mean for you?
Yeah, like you're operating from a place of whimsy.
Okay.
You're just going outside. You're having a good time. You're
Okay,
gonna
I like it.
walk through the park.
Yeah.
Get out there, just wherever the wind takes you, really.
Okay. I like that.
And the wind is only going to take me places that cost $0.
Hopefully. Well, like when we went to Maine, we sang karaoke at your parents' house.
Sure.
And that was fun. That's
on the
free
back
fun.
deck.
You just have to create fun.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So I think you can find it with people that you like to hang out with in spaces that hopefully there's spaces around the world that people can still have fun in.
Period.
And be themselves.
There is one thing that we need to do
What?
that does cost money, though.
Yeah, of course. Most things. What? Bagel tour?
I was going to say pizza tour,
Pizza
but
tour
close
too.
enough.
Yeah, I'm down.
I love a pizza tour.
Me
Pizza
too.
tour round 2
Yeah, I'm down.
coming soon. We've been saying this for months.
I have a question for the listeners. If you got ghosted on a pizza tour, but have made amends with the person
WYD.
who ghosted you, Would you invite them back on the pizza tour?
And added caveat, if this person also unfollowed you on Letterboxd.
This person, I need to bring this up actually. That was a mistake. That must be a mistake.
Yeah, well.
I think it must be a mistake, and I'm working on amending that ASAP. I'm working on amending that ASAP. Me and Maddie lived through so much drama.
No, literally,
We
we've been
lived
through
so
trials
much drama.
this year.
It's a lot of drama. A lot of drama, unfortunately. But we're surviving.
Yeah, you planned a pizza tour.
I did plan a pizza tour.
And someone ghosted said
the pizza tour
No
day
names to be mentioned.
No names to be mentioned.
But someone ghosted it.
Yeah.
Ghosted a group chat full of people being like, hey.
I want him to come to the next pizza tour.
Are you going?
I'm over it. I was not over it originally.
You're forgiven?
I was not over it.
Okay, but if he does it a second time,
then that's tough.
then he's dead.
But then he can't be dead.
But he also needs to understand that if he comes on the second pizza tour, this is also his personal trial.
He has to answer first.
He needs to answer for his crimes completely.
Yes, which I think he would do.
Okay.
I think he would do. But I would prefer. Yeah, I hope. We'll see.
TBD.
I just don't want him to die. Like I don't want to be put in a
I don't
position.
want him to die either.
No, not actually die. Like dead to me. Be dead to me.
Right.
I don't want to be.
So you're afraid
in
to put him in a position
to let me
again
down.
where he could do that.
Yeah, I don't want to be let down.
Yeah. Come on.
It's tough to put people like.
We just wanted to have pizza with some friends. What's
exactly.
the problem?
I'll drive. I'm literally just asking to have some slices. Yeah.
That was way too much.
I know.
How dare you?
So, pizza's great. And that is not free, but it is like a fun.
Yeah.
I think the planning, like pizza is expensive in the city, but it's 100%.
Because I feel like we spent like an entire afternoon walking around going to different pizza places. And it actually wasn't that bad. Like at the end of the day, I was like, that felt worth it for an entire day's excursion.
100%.
And the amount of pizza that we got.
It was fun. Have you ever done like a scavenger hunt around New York?
No. I love a scavenger hunt though. We
I
used
know,
to do them
scavenger
all
hunts
the
are
time,
fun.
like at the mall as kids, but never in New York.
Yeah.
This is have you seen the like Senior Assassin videos that are all over the place now?
No, what is that?
Did you play Senior Assassin at your high school? So I've started seeing more videos of it on the internet, but we played it at my high school too, which was like senior year. Everyone gets into pairs, and then they organize this thing where every week each pair is given another pair as a target.
Okay.
And by the end of the week, you have to shoot them with water guns and get them out in order to move on to the next round. And at the end of the game, like someone wins a pot of money.
And this is in the school?
No, this was like school was off limits. So you couldn't shoot people in school. It was like outside of school on weekends. Extracurriculars, like anything that was school sanctioned was off limits. You had to like go around and find people outside of school hours with your water guns
crazy.
And like shoot them. They were your targets. And meanwhile, you had to hide from whoever had you as a target, but you don't know who has you as a target. It's all kept secret.
That is fun.
But you can like find out through the grapevine. So like people would like barter if they had like if somebody had me as a target and they knew that you would tell them where I was going to be at on Wednesday night, and they could help you get your target if you helped them get theirs. Yeah, it was like Ashley
so
and
it's
I
kind
were
of a
partners.
popularity contest.
For sure.
In some
or
ways.
just like knowing where people were at. But Ashley and I...
And wanting to win.
We probably made it to like week 3. We didn't make it all the way to the end. And then if you don't get out / if you don't get your target, you're also out at the end of the week. So it's
you can't just hide.
You're on a timeline. No. But Ashley and I got our first 2 targets, I believe. But then we didn't get the third. No, we never got out though. We just didn't get the target.
But that's unfair because if your target could just do a suicide mission and stay in the house and then knock you out too.
Yeah.
Which would be unfortunate. Can you use water balloons?
No, it had to be the gun.
Had to be the gun.
But I've seen people online, they do like if you have floaties on, if you put floaties on, that like doesn't count if they shoot you. We didn't do that at my high school. It was just like if you were shot, you were shot. But you couldn't like you couldn't shoot anyone in the high school at any extracurricular activities. If someone was at their job, you can't shoot them.
Okay.
Like, it had to be like happenstance. So like both times that Ashley and I got people, we stayed outside of their house and waited for them to like come home from school or come home from an event, and got them when they were walking from their car to their house.
And this is like popular now. You're seeing videos online.
Yeah, I'm seeing videos on Instagram of people doing this. The reason I bring this up though is because I think I don't know how this would happen, but I've thought constantly about how fun it would be to do like a version of Senior Assassin over the span of like the summer with friends in New York.
This is what I'm saying. This is the type of stuff
like it
that
could
we
be
need
so
to be doing
fun.
this summer. Free fun. This is free fun.
Right.
It's just like a little bit of planning, a little bit of work. I mean, trivia.
Completely. Which I'm trying to go back to.
Yeah.
We took a little hiatus from
Oh,
trivia.
yeah, we also climbed the trivia mountain.
Climbed the trivia mountain, reached
We were
the top.
10
and
in
now
the city of 700
we took a little
teams.
break for the last
Correct.
4 months, but I'm trying to go back.
Yeah. It's just a good... There's so many things to do. This was my whole life growing up. Was just like organizing events, tournament. You can add gravitas to anything.
Yeah.
As long as you just like build hype within your friend group.
Totally. Yeah, exactly.
So this
It's
reminds
all about the
me,
vibes.
we do like I was on the soccer team, and we would do like a car wash for the soccer team, or maybe it was like peer leadership. I think I was a peer leader, and we did a peer leadership car wash, and my friends that were the year above me were like washing their car, and they did a little prank where they're like mid car wash, they pull down the windows and they have these water guns, but they were filled with fucking raspberry vinaigrette, smelly, the most smelly and gross salad dressings were in these water guns, and they just like hosed us down in these smelly salad dressings. I don't know, and I got assassinated, I guess. But
So you're big on bringing back pranks.
no, I
summer.
hate pranks. I actually hate pranks. I literally hate pranks. This one kid in my friend group had like a BB gun, and he thought it was funny to like. I'm like, I'll never hang out with you again. This is it. I will never go to your house ever again if you're bringing out a BB gun. Like,
Yeah.
This is not funny for me.
Yeah. Totally.
I don't really like pranks at all.
No, I don't like physical pranks.
Yeah.
Like if anyone, I hated all those like sleepover things. Like when you were sleeping, if somebody was gonna draw on your face or
Not
like
funny.
whipped cream, anything like I don't want my body to be under any kind of stress because of a prank. I would rather
Mental
someone
pranks, maybe even worse sometimes.
depending on what the line is. If someone makes me believe that it's like a life or death situation, hating
Not
that.
funny.
But if it's like a light prank, like thinking more of like the more lighthearted Ashton Kutcher punked type pranks, those are the ones that I could get down with.
Yeah. In general, I'm like, if you're hurting someone, not funny.
No, not funny at all.
And people want to be like, everyone's so soft. No, your sense of humor needs to grow. It's okay in middle school.
No, actually, you're just mean.
Yeah, you're mean.
And I don't hang out with mean people.
Yeah,
So.
which is nice. But stuff like that, gatherings that you have to like do a little work and organization, which you're great at.
I think I want to host like a murder mystery party so bad. I think it could be so fun. But also, I say that I actually don't want to host a murder mystery party. I want to be invited to a murder mystery party.
It's a
like,
lot of work.
I want to attend it. It would be so fun to attend.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, no one's going to invite me to one, so I better plan it. But if you plan it, you don't get to experience it and like enjoy it as much as the guests do.
That's a good point. I'm sure you could find
someone to do it for me. Come to my house
and plan
and
it.
host it.
That's a good point. You
but
definitely
like somebody
could do
else
that,
is
like
like
a service.
the leader.
Yeah. Or go somewhere. I'm sure like a bar would host it maybe.
It would just be so fun.
Yeah. We have to do a little bit
events.
of exactly like work of yourself and like shooting a music video.
Yeah.
It's just fun. So this is, I don't know the word for it, but you kind of see what I'm getting at of like do a little more planning,
summer.
go into maybe. Are people having coupons still? My mom would always coupons. Like we would get a huge coupon book for the Jersey Shore.
Okay.
And you would buy like $100 coupon book, which sounds crazy, but you get like tickets to rides, you get like all these little discount stuff. And then you're going, yeah, I mean, I guess there's plenty of like fairs and festivals and stuff and like events, I think, out in the world.
Yeah.
That you can maybe even add another layer to
Mm-hmm.
with you and your friends if you like play a game on top of it or whatever.
Totally.
So that's kind of where I'm at for the summer.
Yeah. Thinking bocce ball could be huge.
Oh, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Bocce ball could be fucking awesome.
I mean, if you have a tournament and this is another thing, like, that you know very well and that I know very well. If you keep stats around something, it makes it better.
So much more fun.
And it intensifies
I mean, you know what? Some people
the
disagree
level of
with that,
buy-in.
though. So I'm glad that you agree with that because I obviously agree with that, but some people don't.
I would love to speak to those people face to face. I used to play cards with my friends, and we have a running stat, like average finish place.
So
like, it's a little competitive.
I love it. I love a little competition. Like, it's competitive, but also there's
fun,
like no
yeah.
stakes. Like, nobody gives a fuck genuinely.
Yes.
It's just like to be competitive for the fuck of it.
Yes.
Which is awesome.
But I think organization around this kind of stuff will make the summer more fun. And you can do things for free that are, because everything is getting really expensive outside of that.
Yeah.
Like live stuff is just more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Going out to dinner, everything is just, especially in New York, it just has reached a new level. So we have to reclaim that a little bit.
Yeah.
Because fun is not at a restaurant or it's like within you. So you need to bring it out.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I'm telling myself the other day. First nice day, I'm walking around after months of just sitting in my apartment.
Yeah.
Scrolling on Twitter. Like, it's time to stop that.
It's too hot today, though. I don't want it to go from like go breeze past the 60s and go straight to the 80s.
No, it's not good. It's wet.
Disgusting.
Nighttime, summer nights.
Summer nights will be good.
This is
why I need to get my ass up to Maine because the
Yeah.
like summer temperatures up in Maine are way more my speed.
Yes.
It's more like 70s are the high, and then at night it is like 50s, 60s.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome. It's very sweaty here.
It is very sweaty. It does skip through that like breezy. There's not much breeziness in New York City. Even Maine, when we played cornhole, we added stakes.
Mm-hmm.
We lost.
Whose fault was that?
But it was fun. It makes it more fun.
Yeah,
and nobody wanted to add stakes. They were like, well, we're adding stakes. And then we lost.
We added stakes and then we lost.
And we lost. Yeah. And you guys got to put whatever on. We had to hide under the boards. But it's fun. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun.
I was walking, taking my morning walks.
Nice.
This past week, and there are AI therapy ads all over Bushwick.
I can't.
All over Bushwick. And you know what's crazy?
I feel sad because people can't afford therapy.
Me too. But I was walking and I was just taking pictures of like cute things that I saw. And the first thing I took a picture of was this sign that it just said, I was reminded that everything's okay and that I'm loved. And then it was like a ripped piece of paper, so I didn't know it was supposed to be on the bottom. I just saw this little sign that was like, I was reminded that everything's okay and that I'm loved. And I was like, oh, that's cute, let me take a picture. So I took a picture of it, and then I walk across the street and I see the same paper on another pole, but the part that is ripped off on this one wasn't ripped off on the other one, and the part that's ripped off was like the logo for the AI therapy brand that this is for. So I realized like 30 seconds later that I took a picture of like an AI therapy ad.
No.
Thank God I saw it, because I fully would have posted this on my Instagram story. I'd been like, cute, not knowing that it was for fucking AI therapy because somebody ripped the logo off. Yeah. Understandably.
Look what I just sent you that I saw yesterday in Times Square.
What?
It's bleak.
It's a billboard that says, stop hiring humans. The era of AI employees is here.
Which is at least they're just blatant.
They're not lying about it. They're just being
so
straight up about it.
With it. But I mean, that's insane. Like with the AI therapy, I don't know. This is the thing with AI, is it is not that intelligent. Like I asked it a question about the Lakers, and it doesn't know anything. Just because I'm like, what is... Like, I'm trying to gauge what it knows. Like, I have a very specific knowledge about this because I watch every single game.
Right.
So I'm like, this is something that I very specifically know. Let me gauge what it knows. Doesn't really know that much. Sometimes, like, it knows a little bit about certain things.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't know if it's, like, there has to be some level of regulation before people are using it as therapy.
Yeah,
I would imagine.
AI can't do empathy. A robot can't, like, experience the range of human emotions and how complicated everything is.
I also
it can give you a surface level, no nuance possible explanation or response to things, but that is so often not how life is. So I'm pretty sure AI therapy is probably giving you the worst fucking insight possible, unless you are someone who lives the most black and white life ever.
Yeah, you want to be able to talk through. I don't know, but it's also the other thing is, like, it's very expensive, obviously, therapy.
Totally.
So I don't know if it's better than nothing.
I don't think it is.
You don't think it's better than nothing?
No, talk to your friends. Like, literally, just have a friendship. Because having friends that you can rely on, obviously that's not therapy, but that is going to give you some kind of emotional relief versus talking to a robot and being like, oh, I'm doing AI therapy. No. Just literally having a friendship is more helpful than having an AI therapist.
Yeah.
If you can't afford therapy, I don't think that AI therapy is a good replacement for that.
Yeah, I don't know. But this is the other thing, Maddie. Some people they're not introspective.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like, maybe even just, like, saying these things to the AI or just, like, seeing yourself write it out. Because I don't think people are saying it out loud. Like, they're not processing these things. But this is
why I feel like
maybe journaling and reading the journaling back. I don't know.
But if you're opening up to your friends, because that's the problem, is most people aren't opening up to their friends.
Yeah.
So I feel like if we are I feel like before anybody's encouraging anyone to go do AI therapy, it should be like, are you opening up to your friends? Are you confiding in people you trust about these things? Because if you're not, you should try that first.
Yeah, I saw, like, how are you? What's your take on the Instagram Reels? Now you can see what everybody else is liking.
To be honest, I love it. I love it.
It's gotten me on Instagram Reels more. I'll say that.
Listen, I've learned a lot of tea from doing that.
And something I learned is that people
like
at 3 a.m. are talking to ChatGPT as if they're lonely and feeling romantic.
Yeah.
That's, to me, more crazy than... I mean, it's in the similar realm, I guess. But that's interesting, too. But that's something I learned on this Instagram Reels. You can see what other people like.
Yeah. No, I'm loving
You're
that
learning.
feature.
We're learning.
I'm learning. I love it because it really shows you so much. I learned that someone I knew experienced a breakup like 2 weeks before they told me, because I witnessed the kinds of things they were liking on Instagram. And I'm like, that's not something that someone in a happy relationship would like over and over again. And then 2 weeks later,
I know it's getting too easy. I used to be able to sniff it out almost with nothing.
Yeah.
You could really tell when somebody was broken up or on the verge of breaking up. It's just, if you are addicted to Instagram, as I am,
for sure,
you start to notice patterns.
Yeah.
And even one small behavior of change is like, I know people's mentality, and it's like, if you're gonna do this is very out of the realm for you. Something is up.
Yeah. No, I think.
But
Instagram
now it's just like
you
can kind of get.
But the second Instagram did add that, I definitely became more aware of the things that I like on Instagram.
I like the people that are just like shamelessly liking horny stuff.
Fuck it.
Like, I love you. I love you. I'm liking you. Some people you're liking more, and some people I'm liking less. I will say this, which they just added. I don't know if you've gotten this feature, that they're now putting like 3 dots and you can see who's commenting.
Yes, I saw that.
Which I'm learning which of my friends are just commenters.
Right. I know.
And I'm like,
who is in those comments? Get
honestly,
out.
I like support. Most of them are being supportive.
Totally. But
still, it's interesting just because I'm like, oh, you're a commenter.
You're a commenter.
That's something. You're just like putting your voice out there.
Yeah.
In the comments.
Sometimes I'm a commenter.
Which I appreciate.
But
I'm almost
usually
never a commenter.
It's only when I know them.
But I've been inspired to comment more because of this.
Yeah.
Even I just hit a boo.
Yeah.
Happy for you.
Or you know what? I commented one thing recently on somebody's post that I didn't know. and it's been a banger comment. I get notifications that people
That's
like that
nice,
comment
too.
every single day.
I've had some banger comments.
I was like, fuck yeah,
But those are people I
let's
know.
go.
This is a random.
No, this is like a comedian that I saw who did his name is Dylan, and he
Okay.
does those videos where he's like, if I was a woman, my name would be Jessica.
Oh, I've saw some
he
of his
does those
videos.
things.
Yeah, yeah.
I commented on one that he did that was so fucking good because as I was watching the video, I said out loud what then he said 5 seconds later.
Oh,
and I was like,
incredible.
no, he's literally so fucking me right now. So I was like, I need to comment because I was so in alignment with him and people loved my comment.
Which is good. That does
Banger.
add. The comments is now its own, like, there's another layer of what's happening on social media. Of like, that's really, I think, what people care more about what people are saying, your friends are saying, like
Yeah.
the conversations around the content,
Mm.
which is interesting.
Yeah.
Which I guess is better than just short form content by itself.
Yeah.
At least there's some drama now.
Yeah. More drama during
Yes.
coupon summer.
Coupons sound crazy. My mom will love this. Coupon summer. Jiminy Cricket summer. Pinocchio summer.
Okay, wait. Also, I saw an insane interaction at the Alamo Draft House the other night that I haven't told anyone about.
Okay.
Actually, 2 insane things happened to me
Okay.
recently. First one, totally separate from the Alamo Draft House situation. I was doing a photo shoot a couple weekends ago. We were on the street shooting for this skirt, and somebody walked past us, lifted up their leg, and ripped ass. Like as if, like literally lifted up their leg like they were a dog, ripped ass, and then just walked away. I was gobsmacked. I was looking around like, where's the fucking camera?
What is
Because
the person?
I was
What's
like,
the person?
surely somebody is across the street with a camera right now, and this person's doing it on purpose to get our reaction. I look around, I don't see any cameras.
Man or woman?
Come on.
You never know.
Come on, Robbie. Who
Okay.
would do this? You just
You're
asked me
right.
if a man or a woman did that? Oh my God.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I would really be gobsmacked if it was a woman. Man, this doesn't even sound that surprising. That's the only reason why I asked.
I was like, but the thing is, if someone's gonna do that, you think that
In
they
front of
have
two
a camera
women.
set up and they're like
Yes.
trying to get our reaction. No, he
No,
did it
this
for
is-
love of the game.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, there were no cameras around.
Unfortunately, not that surprising. I
I couldn't stop thinking about it
Okay.
for like the
It is
entire rest
crazy.
of the day.
Just
Like
the
the amount of like confidence you have
Yes,
to have
exactly.
to do something like that.
Entitlement to the
That's
space.
crazy.
Yeah.
That was thing number 1. Thing number 2, I went to the Alamo Draft House a couple days ago, and when I walked into the main lobby, there was a huge fight happening. There was
Oh, wow.
3 adults and a baby in a stroller scream fighting with the manager at the Alamo
Oh,
Draft
wow.
House. And one of them was like this close to the manager. Like they
Okay.
were like yelling, screaming, ready to like fight. When I walked in and saw that happening, I was like, you know what? Let me just get to my theater and sit my ass down.
Yeah, of course.
So I take the escalator straight up to the theater, but I'm like looking down and I'm like listening to what this argument is about. The argument started because they wouldn't let them take the baby into their movie. This is like a newborn in a stroller.
Okay.
They were like, we don't allow newborns in the theater. Like, this is a child that can't
Yeah.
come in. And they were really pissed about that. They were like, it's policy, babies can't come in. And they were really fighting for this baby's right to
Well,
be
once it
present in the
cries,
movie theater.
it's got to go.
Completely. I have no idea what movie they were planning on going to see.
Yes.
So I go take the escalator upstairs, go to the upstairs bathroom. I'm in the bathroom and I can hear them screaming
Oh, wow,
downstairs.
that's
It is
crazy.
loud. And then
That's
I
crazy.
leave the bathroom and I'm walking to the theater and I see a bunch of employees running around going, where did he go?
Oh, no.
And I was like, fuck, he's on the loose. Nobody
Well, what
knows where he
about
went.
the baby?
Because they were like, you can't go in there with the baby. And then I come out, all the employees are like, where did he go? And I was like, oh my God, this is so stressful. So then I just go in and sit in the theater because I was like, I've got to get out of here. I can't be involved in all of this. And then my friend who I was seeing the movie with comes in and I was texting her throughout the whole exchange so she knew what was happening when she walks in. She said that when she got to the theater, she was in the lobby and the guy was in the lobby again, yelling at the manager, being like, come with me, I found one, insinuating that he was running into all of the different theaters looking for a baby, being like, you let other babies in. Here, come with me. I found one. And he made them go into the theater so that he could be like, why is this baby allowed in the theater and mine's not?
So did the baby get to see the movie?
I don't know. I have no idea what ended up happening. I just know that this man was this close to the manager's face, fighting
People just need to
get this baby into the theater.
This is not the way forward to get what you want.
Running into different theaters, searching for a baby, proof of life of a baby in one of the theaters, crazy. To be like, fuck you, I know you allow babies in here.
I mean, this man is wild.
Crazy. I don't know what movie that's out right now is worth all that.
I don't know either. I mean, clearly, this is a newborn baby.
Newborn baby.
People are just living.
He really wanted to see the Minecraft movie.
I guess so. Have you seen it?
No.
You're not going to see it?
No, I'm not going to.
I don't know much about it. It's like an internet. Like, I feel like the people that like this movie would be your rivals on the internet.
13-year-old
like people that are on the internet. Well, no, I would imagine they've grown up. When did Minecraft start?
I mean, like anybody who loved Minecraft, I'm sure is going to go see the movie. But I think the majority audience for this movie is still 13-year-old boys.
It's not. I'm thinking like Gen Z boys, I guess. I was thinking. But like a type of Gen Z boy that would be like the opposite of Tumblr. Am I wrong in that? Are the timelines off? Like a Tumblr girl and a Minecraft boy, are they enemies?
You think they're the opposites of each other?
That's what I'm thinking of. Like
that's so funny.
In the like a Fortnite boy and a Tumblr girl, I guess would be maybe.
The Fortnite feels later. I get what you're saying. Okay, maybe. You
like
could
incel men and then like
4chan men and Tumblr girls. That's probably
incels and lover girls are the opposite.
Sure, Tumblr
but
girls,
also on the internet. So I'm thinking.
Yeah,
like,
I think if you're going websites though, it's definitely Tumblr and 4chan.
Okay.
Of that era.
I don't really even know 4chan. That's like dark Reddit.
Dark Reddit.
And Tumblr's light Reddit. And Reddit is neutral?
Reddit. Yeah.
Okay.
For sure. Okay.
Interesting. You're liking this landscape. I'm learning all of this through you.
Okay.
So I don't really know.
Tumblr at that time was just like horny Reddit.
Okay.
But then they removed sex. But that was past its prime. Once they did that, Tumblr was over.
And where did the sex go?
Gone. They banned it.
Like, it had to go somewhere.
Where did they
like, if
go?
it's not on Tumblr, where did it go to a new site? Did it go to IRL? Nobody's having sex anymore.
No. There's a little bit on Reddit, but not much.
People aren't horny. I wish it was going to be a horny summer, but I just don't.
No, I don't think that's where we are in the timeline.
It doesn't seem like that.
No.
It seems like fun, which is wholesome again.
Those days are gone.
It seems like it. I don't know. We shall see. I went to go. I don't want to get rid of my purple phone, which you don't fully believe is purple, but unfortunately it is. And I went to the store because I'm like, it
looks navy blue at best.
Do I? It's purple. I went to the store and I'm like, I might have to get a new phone because these tariffs. I'm like, I don't want to have to spend whatever thousands of dollars. And it was, the guy was like, I just had to upgrade from the purple phone. Like, nobody wants to get rid of the purple phone. I'm there talking about trying not to get rid of it. Somebody else comes in. She's got the purple 14 Pro. Like, everybody loves this purple phone. And, like, you can't get a iPhone Pro in purple anymore. It's, like, all, like, black, gold,
yeah, I don't
silver,
know why they got
white.
rid of all the fun colors.
It's for the other... You can get fun colors on, like, the other one.
The dinkier one.
But...
Nobody wants that one, though.
I mean, I feel like we use it because we film stuff.
Totally.
So if you're not,
you need the
if
better
you're not
cameras.
doing content for like
they don't
part
have
of your job, then
right. If you don't need the cameras and the storage and whatever, because those ones have shittier cameras and they have less storage.
Yes. But this purple phone, people don't want to get rid of it. Purple supremacy is. I've only been living more and more purple supremacy.
Thank God.
And it's being reciprocated in the streets.
Okay. This is good.
Yeah.
Because if you took a look at my comment section a couple weeks ago, that was not the case.
What?
You didn't see all the ops convening in my comment section.
Purple?
Against me having purple hair and tattoos.
Oh, really?
Saying I defaced my body.
I did not see this is the new fans.
My new fans.
New people
yeah.
that saw your
My
page.
videos.
I have almost every single time that I'm out with Maddie. If I'm out with Maddie for more than 1 hour, she gets a compliment on the hair.
Exactly.
Almost every single time.
This is what I'm saying. I went into
Men,
a whole
women,
rant on the Patreon.
Straight men, yeah,
Everyone loves the purple hair.
The whole spectrum.
Everyone loves it. But this is what I was saying. I talked about this on the Patreon last week because I was like, these random people who come across my videos that live in like the middle of fucking nowhere don't understand who I live around and who I come into contact with, what social circles I'm a part of. You think that purple hair isn't fucking cool in Bushwick, Brooklyn? You are largely mistaken.
It's cool everywhere.
Loving that take.
Also,
Loving
they haven't
that
seen
take.
it in person.
Totally.
No offense
It
to
looks
people.
cool online too, though.
It does look cool online. It maybe looks cool. It looks very good online. But it's not. All right. I don't even know how to correctly say this.
Just rip it.
It's very well done.
Thank you.
Not everyone who gets their hair dyed a color does
For
it
sure.
look as good as
Well,
your purple
'cause
hair.
also,
it's layered.
here's
it,
the
like,
thing.
The color is really nice.
Most people are doing their hair themselves.
It's not like somebody
I spend
just.
a lot of money to get this done.
Exactly. I don't want to be like elitist.
I don't do this myself.
This is a very professional.
Completely.
Like, it looks very good.
Thank you. Yeah,
Like, some people just dye their hair a color.
totally.
And it's like a thing, I guess, online with right-wing people being like, oh, these blue-haired liberals.
Totally.
These blue-haired liberals.
This is why my uncle hates me.
It doesn't even look like a blue-haired liberal. That's what I mean to say. And there's nothing wrong with the blue-haired liberals.
For sure.
But that's not what Maddie's doing.
Not the vibe
No
that
offense
I'm giving. Right,
to the
because it
blue-haired
grows
liberals.
purple out of my head. This is my natural color.
It looks like that.
There it is.
It looks really good. And people like turn and and not just in Bushwick, in Manhattan.
Totally.
I've seen it happen all over the 5 boroughs. And I would imagine
People
if
of
you
purple
went
hair.
to Maine, like no matter
Everyone
where,
compliments it.
South Carolina,
Everywhere
the
I
deepest
go.
red state, people would be like, "Oh, that looks good."
Mm-hmm.
Tattoos. What are these people living in your
Someone
comments in
needed-
2001? I don't even know. The 80s. Like, when were tattoos? I don't even know.
Yeah, no, they're big problems with me. Were my purple hair, my tattoos, and my nose ring.
Nose ring.
The nose ring too.
Interesting.
They were like, get rid of all the things that make you interesting, and then you'd be hot. Shut up.
Yeah.
Hot to who? To you? No
I
thanks.
guess. No thanks.
No,
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah, what's the comment? Why comment? Did they like any part of the video and they just didn't like that part of it?
No,
Haters.
they're my fans. I pulled quite a few. Oh my God.
Sorry. I'm thinking we're cutting this. I'm thinking that we took a little.
We took a little break.
A pause break. I can
Oh
slurp.
my God.
I can slurp on mic. Sorry, I just slurped on mic.
What I was gonna say was that I pulled a bunch of audience submissions.
Okay,
in
we haven't really
preparation
done
for you
them.
being here.
Yeah, the last few times we talked too much, and I think we did
Yeah.
1 or 2.
Yeah,
Total?
We can do a couple more this time. And then we're going to throw it on over to the post show where we will be exposing everything.
Yeah, I have to tell Maddie a
Nothing's off
secret.
limits. Really? I'm
No, it's
excited.
not a good secret.
Oh, no.
It's not a good secret. It's not even a secret. I can tell you right now. Do you want me to tell
Open
you right
secret.
now?
Really? Right now?
It's not,
Not
even
on
a
the
secret.
Patreon?
It's not a secret. But I think
It's not worth saving
I think
for the
we'll
Patreon?
resolve it on the Patreon. I think that's what we'll do. We'll resolve it on the Patreon.
Okay, what
I
is
think
it?
you're going to be pissed.
Stop. Then don't say it to me right now.
I've never...
I know what you're gonna say.
You do?
Like I just intuited.
How do you know? What do you think I'm
I
gonna
just
say?
intuited it.
What do you think
you're
I'm gonna
say?
say?
Something about Lady Gaga.
What am I going to say? I think you might know exactly what I'm going to say.
You said you've never.
I've never is the first thing. If you get this right, that would be very impressive. And I didn't tell you any of it, what my secret is.
Well, I knew that it was gonna be.
And it
about
would be resolved.
You've never listened to But I think what I would say next is actually
I was gonna say,
because I made you listen to it.
I've never seen the Marry the Night music video, and I don't think I've listened to it either. I started it, and I got, like, maybe somebody called me, and I think, but maybe I have because of you, but I don't think you played it. Did you play it in Maine?
I
in the
swear
car?
to God, we had a music video night at your apartment.
And I watched it?
That is like the first music video that I put on ever.
I don't think I saw it.
Robbie, that's so fucked up.
I think we could watch it. I was thinking on the way over, I'm like, maybe we'll watch Marry the Night.
We can watch it.
Okay.
Well, you have to now.
I have to watch it.
Because that's
Because you told me to watch it a few months ago, like when Disease came out.
Yeah, because it's fucking brilliant. It is her best work.
I really have been growing a more appreciation for her.
All passionate people should listen to Marry the Night and watch the Marry the Night music video. Anytime, like, I used to listen to Marry the Night before walking into every single, like, internship interview, job interview, any, like, big event or moment, speaking gigs. Marry the Night is the thing I listen to before I walk through the doors to do that thing.
Okay.
And it makes me feel better every single time.
Yeah, I need to watch it. No matter what, it's not in my brain. I can't sing you the chorus. I can't recall one scene from the music video. So I don't. It might as well be I've never seen it. I don't think I have.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. So maybe we could watch it.
Yeah, so we're going to fix that.
Yes.
Fucked up that you would share that with me, though. Right now, as I have to continue the rest of the episode.
I should have watched it before and we could have talked about it. This is I'm a lifeguard with a podcast. That's what I've been saying. I'm now a swim instructor with a podcast. So take this advice with a grain of salt. I've been single for 10 years. I figure I live 1 week at a time, and that's my life.
Hi, Maddie and Robbie. First of all, thanks for showing us a wonderful example of a male-female friendship. So refreshing and reassuring to see. Secondly, here's my secret. And I am really, really not proud of it.
Oh, no.
I steal from my friends. No idea why I do it.
Oh, wait. I love this. I have a hot take, but this is crazy.
I kind of hate myself for it.
Yeah, of course.
It's never money or anything valuable. Usually just a snack here and there, maybe a cig, some filters, or like the tiniest bit of weed. One time, it was just a cool-looking napkin laying around someone's house. But really, anytime I'm left alone at someone's place, usually a close friend, my hands just won't rest until I pocket something. I really want to stop, but I have no idea how. Any advice?
All right, I have a few thoughts. Do you have thoughts?
You go first.
One, this is annoying. I remember when I was a child, I went to my friend's house, and we both played Pokemon, and it was like you would have to trade Pokemon in order for them to like evolve and become new Pokemon. And this kid stole my fucking Pokemon in the game. And you work and you play, and it's like I don't know if that's the same, but this is what it makes me think of.
You were wrong.
Of like small little things that friends. It's just like just ask, I guess. It's like a weird.
Well, to be honest with you, like if it actually doesn't matter what it is, like if I found out that someone stole something from me, I would never speak to them again.
Like intentionally?
Straight up. I would be like, if you asked for me, I might have fucking given it to you, but it's the fact that you went behind my back and didn't do it. Like if someone stole like some silverware or stole a glass or I don't know, like fucking something stupid. If one of my friends was like, hey, I really need a new cup. Can I have this glass? I'd be like,
you would give it to them.
Sure, I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
But to take it without asking me, if I found out about it, I actually wouldn't speak to my friend again.
Yeah. This is my other rule. So maybe we can move this urge somewhere else. But I don't know if you're going to like this rule, but I like this rule. Okay. Which is, if a business has more than 3 locations, then I think it's morally okay for you to steal from them.
Stealing from a business and stealing from your friend
that's what I'm saying.
Totally different
So I guess
things.
if your friend has 3 locations, like 3 distinct locations,
Okay.
then maybe I don't know. But even I wouldn't steal from your friend.
Your friend has 3 houses.
I would
then you
not,
can steal from them.
I wouldn't steal from your friend. I would try to
Wait,
think
I want
about
to like dig to the root of this though. Like, why on earth?
like steal from Target.
Right. If
Steal
if
from
you love to steal a
fucking-
little something.
Yeah, steal any business that has more than 3 locations, because I think at that
Steal
point
from
they're
them.
probably stealing from their workers.
Right. Have you
At
ever
a
stolen
certain-
anything?
No,
I've stolen one thing from an Urban Outfitters.
I mean I used
so I
to
don't
do.
feel bad about it.
This is what I used to do. In college, I go order my sandwich. There would be like a machine where you make a sandwich. Tons of people would be making their sandwich waiting, and I would get a large Smart Food popcorn bag and eat it while I waited for my sandwich, and then threw it out and be drunk and be like, pretend like I didn't eat it, and the guy would just like look at me like wanted to kill me. But it was at a Quick Check,
Okay.
which had multiple locations, so I guess I would steal like that kind of
Smart
stuff.
food.
I'll like maybe I drink a drink while I walk around the grocery store and don't
Yeah.
pay for it. I'd say
Mhm.
that's stealing, but not really. But I
Yeah.
think it's morally fine if there's like I have stole like pizza from like a pizzeria
How the fuck?
when they're so packed, like at night. Joe's Pizza, which I then I gave them so much support during COVID, but you could just be like order a bunch of
Okay, I
pizzas
see.
and they're like
Depending on
it's
what
so
their
busy at the
workflow
time
is, yeah.
where you can just be they're like tossing them out everything and people are moving, so it's like you can kind of
Yeah.
just get free pizza. Which is when I created the rule at 3 locations, because I'm like,
Totally.
they're popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
This isn't a small business anymore, and they
Yeah.
don't even know there's no Italian people in any
For
of these
sure.
fucking businesses.
Yeah,
So
but
they're
your
just like-
friends, we can't be stealing from friends.
No, you definitely can't steal from friends. It's so funny they like gassed us up. Such a good female-male relationship. By the way, I steal. Love it.
By the way, I've
Compliment
been robbing my
sandwich.
friends slowly.
I would just move it to Walmart
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Totally. You
Home
don't even have to
Depot.
stop stealing. We just have to steal from better places.
Be on the low about it. Just
Yeah.
not your friends.
No.
You're gonna ruin the friendship.
But also, like,
It's more about a
don't
trust.
Commit, like, maybe let's not commit crimes.
I mean, yeah, I don't. It's not a good time to get caught for
Maybe
committing a crime.
Let's not do that. I don't want you to, like, all of a sudden end up in the papers because you went to Best Buy and you were like, well, they told me to steal from big corporations instead.
Just because
Try to walk out of Best Buy
because I
with
approve
an
of it,
iPhone.
I think morally you're okay, but I don't think the police department
Yeah, no,
will
they're
agree.
not going to be on that side.
And it's not a good time to have a criminal record. So,
But also, like, your friends might just give you that thing. Like, especially
That's
if
not-
you're
they-
mostly just
it's
taking,
the rush. It must be the rush.
I
It
mean,
can't be
that's
about the
crazy,
napkin.
though. But it's like the rush of being caught by your friend and your friend being hurt that you tried to
It's more about
steal
trust,
from
I
them.
think, at a certain point. Like, I wouldn't trust, like, telling them things, I guess, which is more important. You're stealing a little bit of weed. It is what it is. I also have
Yeah.
a ton of free weed, so I guess I'm just, like, take my weed.
Also, like, it kind of depends on the friendship as well, because they say that they are, like, stealing a snack here and there.
It's like your
when my
roommate and you're
friends
starving and
come
you took
over,
a popcorn.
They don't need to ask me permission to, like, go take something from my fridge or my pantry. And that's, like, I feel like everyone knows that. Where it's like, you don't need to be
Yeah.
like, hey, Maddie, can I please have a Diet Coke? Like, just go take one.
Yeah.
So it's like, are your friends cool? Are you really stealing? Is that the relationship you have with
I
your
see.
friend? That they're fine that you take that stuff?
Yeah, I don't know. I think you just got to get on the same page with your friends. If you want them to be your friends for a
Yeah,
long
no.
period of time.
We can't be, like, actually stealing from our friends.
Yeah. Not good. I remember this Pokemon shit. It happened in 3rd grade.
Fucked up.
Yeah, don't steal. Why are you doing this to me?
Super fucked up.
I felt so vulnerable.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, I would try to not do that.
Such good advice.
But thanks for the compliment.
yeah, so probably don't do that.
Thanks for the compliment. I'll take that.
Okay, so the advice is to steal from big corporations instead.
And not get caught.
Yeah, don't get
You
caught.
cannot get caught. It's
Do
bad.
not get
Like
caught.
they are not happy about that right now.
But if you absolutely have to steal,
You might get on a terrorist list if you
yeah,
get caught.
I mean,
which is
ideally, we're
crazy.
just not stealing.
Yeah,
But
if you need to.
I stole an incense holder from Urban Outfitters.
Was it
that I
awesome?
still have, actually.
Nice. How?
So
What was your strat?
I just took it and put it in my bag and walked out.
In the bag.
Straight to the bag, straight to the door.
Was it exhilarating?
Or
were you too anxious?
No, I was super anxious, but I had also, this was probably in like 2019, and I had worked at Urban Outfitters from 2015 to 2018.
Oh, they owed you
so
this.
I knew the vibes in the Urban. Yeah. I was like, I know what I can get away with. I know what the vibes are here. And I was their employee for so long.
Yeah, they owed you that. I agree.
Exactly. So.
I didn't realize you worked at Urban Outfitter for 3 years. It's good.
Right,
Everyone should work in some type of service job.
Right when I moved to New York, the first thing, my dorm freshman year was right next to an Urban.
Yeah.
And at the time, Urban was like my favorite store. So literally right when I came to New York for college, I got a job at that Urban, and then I worked there for most of college.
I love this move. I would tell people to do this. Like, get a discount at your favorite store. Yeah.
It was great.
Even if you do it for
off.
1 year, you can really just revamp your whole wardrobe.
Completely.
If you have if you're looking for a part-time job, have that part-time job
40%
check
off,
another box.
and then you would get a certain amount of 60s per month too if you shopped at your home store.
That's crazy.
And my relatives would also get 40.
I've thought about I'm going to go work at one of these fancy stores in Soho just to get the crazy discount and just get a really luxurious wardrobe. You work there for 6 months, you get a luxurious wardrobe, and then you're out.
Yeah. Yeah.
You do 2 shifts a week. This is what I think about. I'm like, I could go work at Balmain and get some crazy jeans for 6 months,
funny.
And then that's it. I just have a crazy fancy. But what do I need that shit for? I don't need that.
You become a denim collector.
Yeah, exactly.
You resell them on Depop, mark them up for triple the price.
Yeah, that's too much work. That's too much work. Unfortunately. But if you want to start a business,
you know who to call.
Yeah.
Hi, Maddie. Hi, Robbie. I love you both so much, and y'all are the ultimate podcast duo.
Incredible.
I need some advice. I'm worried I may be falling out of love with my significant other. I also worry we're not sexually compatible, and I have doubts about whether I have actually ever been in love with him at all. We've been together for 3 years, and I've been engaged for 2. I love him so much as a person, and he really is my best friend. However, I really worry about our sexual compatibility. I've honestly never really been sexually attracted to him, and I don't really enjoy our sex. To be honest, I have to imagine I'm with other men when I'm with him sometimes, and it makes me feel like shit because I feel like I'm cheating on him. Also, I fantasize about being with other men sexually all the time. I feel so terrible about it though because I don't want to end a perfectly good relationship just because of sex. It just seems like a silly reason to end an otherwise perfect relationship. But I still have doubts about our relationship in general, oftentimes desiring to be single again, not to hook up with other men, but just to be alone. When I think about not having him in my life, I think I would be okay. I'd probably be a little sad at first, but I'd be okay. Most of that sadness would come from feeling guilty about wasting his and my time, as well as feeling bad about the fact that he is financially dependent on me because he's in graduate school right now, so I pay all the bills. If I left him, he would essentially be fucked. I don't know. I just feel lost and I don't know what to do. Is poor sexual compatibility a good reason to leave a healthy relationship? And how do I know if I really am in love with this person or if I just love him because he's comfortable? The sentence, when I think about not having him in my life, I think I would be okay, kind of tells you everything that you need.
And that I don't know if I've ever been in love with him.
If you are questioning whether or not you love someone, have what sounds like close to zero sexual compatibility with them, and you're engaged to be married to this person, and when you think about losing them, you're kind of like, that's fine.
Yeah.
There's no shot that that's how you're supposed to feel about the person you're going to marry.
I agree.
In no world is that how you're supposed to feel about the person you're about to marry.
High level, I agree. Because it's all right, I think there are steps that you could take to try to make the sex life better, but it honestly doesn't even seem
It doesn't sound like you want to.
Love is burning inside of you, I feel like. If you're...
Right.
True love, I think, is powerful.
But that's what I mean when it's when I
think
think about...
it never was that.
Right. It's when I think about not having him in my life, I think I would be okay. you wouldn't say that if you were in a situation where you were like, I love this person, but our
Yes.
sex is terrible. To think about him not being in your life, you'd be like, that would like devastate me to not have him,
Yes.
even though the sex is bad. The fact that you're saying if he was not in my life, I
At
think I'd
all,
be totally cool with
which is
that.
great. Yeah.
There's no
It's
way that
probably-
is
I
how
agree,
you're
that's
supposed to feel
where
about the person you marry.
Yeah, I don't even think it's worth. Which it is unfortunate. But like, did you ever feel this? Did you ever feel
Yeah.
like you couldn't see your life without this person? Did you ever feel some like burning love?
You've been together for 3 years and engaged for 2. Getting engaged after a year of knowing each other is
Quick.
on the quicker side. So it wouldn't
guess
be
it
that
depends on the age, but
surprising to
yeah.
me if you are now being like, oh, well, I don't know if I actually want to be with this person, because that is, in comparison to most of these timelines, kind of on the quicker side.
Yeah. I think also 3 years is not that long of a time in the grand scheme of things.
No,
like,
not at all.
Feel awful about wasting his time. Just like make it just 3 years then.
Right. Yeah. Let's
Because
not make
3
it
years
4.
at the end of the day isn't that long.
Yeah.
And he'll get over that. Especially if he's financially dependent on you. I think it's like, look, this isn't going to work out. And it's
Right.
like, I would, obviously you feel guilty wasting 3 years, but at the end of the
For
day,
sure. It's going to suck regardless. Like, but
people waste 10 years or whatever. Like, it's not.
guilt can't be the reason you stay with someone.
No.
Also, like, imagine if you were him and your partner said this about you. Like, if I was dating someone to be married to them and they were thinking about me like this, being like, I'm not sexually attracted to her at all, I'd be like, please break up with me.
Yeah, of course.
Please break up with me. Free me.
Or
Allow me to
try.
find someone that is more compatible
More so
with me.
If they're saying like if she wasn't in my life, I'd be totally fine.
Right. Like, yeah.
I think people go through like if you're in a 3-year relationship, like you go
Totally.
through phases of the sex life.
Sexual compatibility
keeping it
is
interesting.
Totally.
Like
That's learned more
the
than
first
anything.
year, maybe it's great, and then like I don't know, beyond that, I think people have less and less sex, especially if
Yeah.
you're like working and whatever, the stress of the world. So like if that gets lost and then you want to rebuild, but
But
there's
even,
like
like-
still this burning love,
Yeah.
or like it doesn't sound like that is the case here.
And they literally said, I've honestly never really been sexually attracted to him.
Oh,
and
yeah,
don't
you're
really
right.
enjoy our sex.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just doesn't sound like this is
Yeah.
it for you, which is fine.
I think you got to make this move quicker than later.
For sure. It sounds like you know.
It's just, the best time to act is now.
Yeah. And also, like, in general, I don't necessarily think that, like, poor sexual compatibility isn't a good reason to leave an otherwise healthy relationship. Obviously, if you can try to a certain level
Exactly.
and put in effort, but like if it's just not working,
I think that's totally
I think
fine,
that's a
100%.
totally valid reason to
Yeah.
not want to be with that person forever, if that's important to you.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be, but if it is, that's fine. And
Yeah.
I think that's a fine reason to leave.
100%.
I wanted to share a story of me and a guy. We were dating for a couple months, but we both live with our parents. We had been on a good number of dates, but due to our living situation, hadn't done anything too cheeky because all our dates had been in public. However, he was very forward in small acts of affection, such as holding hands, touching thighs, cheek kisses, etc. And honestly, I've never had this from a guy, so I really enjoyed the small, innocent gestures. I had a free house one Saturday, so I invited him over for a movie, and I had an everything shower, had a cute set of lingerie on, and was ready. One thing led to another, and we were basically ready to go, but in the moment, he revealed to me that he was a virgin. I was quite surprised, especially as he had been in a long-term relationship before, but didn't really care. Just wished he had let me know earlier than right before we were about to do it. He told me I needed to take the lead, and I basically had to show him how to put a condom on. Mind you, this is a 30-year-old man. As I was showing him, he went completely flaccid, probably performance anxiety. I shrugged it off and tried to pleasure him, but after about 10 minutes called it quits because nothing was really happening. He just lay there in silence and then announced he had to leave. I was kind of hurt, as not only were my needs completely unmet, but it felt like he didn't care enough to stick around. He left and sent some vague message about being sorry. The next day, he then tried to backtrack and ended up asking if I wanted to split a reduced day rate hotel pass for a couple hours to mess around, which completely gave me the ick as it made me feel like a prostitute instead of someone he should be trying to romance and become intimate with in a special way. I ended up breaking it off because of this and the fact that he was completely immature in the bedroom, both knowledge and emotion-wise. But I still feel awful as I didn't think I would ever be the person to break up with someone because they're a virgin, as I myself am not particularly sexually experienced. I thought it was interesting food for thought. Do you think experience matters in the bedroom? Love ya and keen to hear your opinions. I actually recently talked about this in a YouTube video that is not out at the time we're recording this, but I just filmed this yesterday, so it's top of my brain. But I was saying in a similar context that I don't think experience matters so much as listening does.
100%.
Experience is not
also,
the thing that really matters.
On one time before you're 30
you got to do a little bit of research.
30 years old.
You got to do a little bit of research and development, curious. Testing, learning, Googling. Reddit has so many great resources.
Because yeah, it's like what I hear that I'm like, he thought he wasn't gonna have to wear a condom,
right? Yeah, we gotta.
Or maybe he doesn't really know how
stupid.
Sex works. Yeah,
in hopes that he won't have to.
You gotta buy one and just see like, let's see what this is all about.
Totally, but and also I just want to say
listening is the number one skill with all of this.
Right, and what I was saying in the video that I shot was just that like, I've had sex with people who were very experienced and it was still bad.
Yes.
Why? Because they don't listen. It's not the having experience or having had sex with lots of people that makes you good in the bedroom. It's being a good listener that does. It doesn't matter if it's your first time having sex or your 50th time having sex. If you are a good listener, you will have a good time.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all it is listening.
It's like math tests. If you take 1,000 math tests or you take 2 math tests, it doesn't really. Taking 1,000 math tests isn't inherently going to make you better at them if you're not like going over the answers.
Right.
You're not like learning from the questions that you got wrong.
Right.
If you're just like, oh, new math test.
Right. I'm just going to scribble some shit down on the paper
numbers.
again. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. If you're not like learning from each math test
right.
and then like reassessing and trying to get better, then experience doesn't matter at all.
Totally. And also,
what is it?
I just want to say at the end, you say, I feel awful because I didn't think I would ever be the person to break up with someone because they're a virgin.
That's not why you did that.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't think that's why you did that. I think that is like a shittier way of describing what it is that actually happened. Like, he handled it very bizarrely.
Yeah.
That is why you're not interested.
The hotel was bad.
The hotel was really bad. That's a weird move.
I think it was still salvageable after the night.
But he was embarrassed. That's fine. Like, that's understandable. Trying to, like, instead of coming to you the next morning being like, so sorry I dipped out like that. I was a little embarrassed. I would love to.
A few hours in the middle of the day? Well, what are you doing?
Completely. I totally understand why you felt icky about that. I would too.
You go on a date.
We go halfsies on a day rate hotel pass so I can try again. No. Nope.
That was the wrong move.
Yeah, in that moment, he needed to be a little bit vulnerable and be like, sorry, I'm embarrassed. I don't know what I'm doing. And, my nerves got the better of me, whatever. He didn't do that though.
No.
So that's why you're not interested in continuing to go out again. It's not the lack of experience. It's the lack of like emotional maturity to handle that conversation. Yes. That's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you have to listen.
Completely.
It's not about finishing. It's about like getting better, studying.
Totally. And also
thinking, all right, they like this. They don't like this. What's the tempo? It's like a dance in a way. You want to find a good rhythm with the person. So that's unfortunate.
And he could have redeemed himself
easily.
Even on night 1.
Yeah, for sure.
If he had just paid attention to her for maybe 10 minutes. But instead he just got up and left.
Yeah. Interesting. When she was talking about kiss on the cheek, I was like, oh, it makes sense. Yeah, okay to be vulnerable in that, but then it's like talk. What do you like? What do you like? We're giving it this. Any advice would be for him.
Yeah.
I don't think you did anything wrong.
No, I think you were completely fine.
Yeah.
Because it actually sounds like you were pretty understanding of him.
Yeah.
Up until he started acting bizarrely.
Yeah, you didn't do anything wrong.
Right. I agree.
You finally have a night out. You're like, I'm getting ready and just to be let down, but this is the world.
Right. No, he shot himself in the foot.
Yeah.
And it had nothing to do with him not being experienced.
No. He could have made it work.
He totally could have made it work.
I probably should have mentioned it before.
For sure. Before you're right in the moment of it happening.
But I guess it doesn't really come up.
Yeah, but you can probably say it before it's literally about to happen.
Yeah.
Like if you know, if
yes,
she
it's
invited him over, like, I
yeah.
have the free this Saturday, come over. You probably could have had a discussion before Saturday because he knows that that's the way this is going.
You have a discussion. You try on a condom.
Google some things.
How to pleasure a woman. How to finger a woman.
He could have done a little bit of research and development before heading over there.
An ounce.
He did not. He went in completely unprepared and then had a panic attack. Which is fine. We've all been there, brother. But the way to recover from that was
not the day rate hotel the next
not
day.
the day rate
Bro,
hotel.
you got to get a nighttime hotel at the very least.
And you better pay for the whole thing, brother.
Hours,
what do you mean?
24 hours.
Half-seas on a day rate?
24 hours.
Because you choked?
Half-seas is
and
crazy.
Ran out?
I forgot about the half-seas. Yeah, you got to get a 24-hour. You really should 48 hours. Like, all right, let's go on vacation or something.
Right. I'm so sorry. Let me make this up to you because I was an ass last night.
I figured out how to use the condom.
I won't run out on you this time.
Yeah.
Let's figure it out together. It's not that big of a deal.
I feel so bad for her, like, after he left.
Listen, I feel bad for him too because it's clear that he has some anxiety and embarrassment around the whole thing, and he really shouldn't because it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
But you are shooting yourself in the foot.
Unfortunate. I'm sorry. Peace and love.
With peace and love. So no, I don't think experience matters in the bedroom. I think listening does.
Listening matters more, 100%.
Listening matters 20 times more.
There's so many people that are just, 2 times 2 is 5. 2 times 2 is 5.
There's plenty of very experienced people that are like the worst people to have sex with.
Yeah.
Because they're bad listeners. Doesn't matter how many people they have sex with. They will still be bad because they are not listening. And also, like, you kind of have to learn and relearn a little bit with every new person you have sex with because nobody is exactly the same.
Of course.
So
100%. Just ask, what do you like?
Right.
Or they'll tell you. Or try different tempos, try different things,
throw things at the wall.
You go slow,
sticks,
you build speed,
completely.
you figure out. I mean, also, like, if you're the less experienced person, you can like let them dictate a little bit of like,
for sure.
They'll make a move, and it's like, all right, you can kind of follow into that. This is a rhythm that they like.
Yeah. And like, if you are struggling with performance anxiety, just focus on her. Like, if you can't get hard for whatever
100%.
reason, just focus on her. She's not going to give a fuck that you can't get hard. I'm telling you, no one is going to care at all if you just focus on her. She's not going to care, brother.
No. If she finishes, that's great. That's great.
That is what matters.
Yes.
Or at least that you focused on her and tried and she had a good time.
Yes.
Like, the orgasm is not the thing that matters. But to dip out and not do anything at all is like, we made a couple missteps.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of missteps in that. You didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, no, you're fine. We are going to throw it on over to the post show on Patreon, where we're going to talk about all the things that we wouldn't have said on camera right now. And also watch Marry the Night.
2 minutes in, I talked about my crush. I'm like, should I not have done that? Only because it's work, but whatever. It's not really that serious. I love your listeners. I had to give them some.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
And you mentioned the When You Wish Upon a Star, and I'm literally talking Jiminy Cricket with this kid yesterday.
I'm literally
and
talking
he's like,
Jiminy Cricket.
he's like, I haven't heard Jiminy Cricket in forever. And
okay,
I'm like,
so we'll dive into Robbie's 600 crushes over
I have a lot
on
of
the after
crushes.
show. So come join us over there on Patreon. And if not, I will see you guys in next week's episode. Oh, also, before I end,
yeah, this is
please
what.
go.
Oh, please follow me.
Yeah. Please.
Please listen to Loud About Nothing. It's great. We've been talking about the state of the world more. We've been talking about, I don't know, it's gotten more personal, I think, since I've come on here the last time. And it's an ever-evolving show. But, yeah, please listen to Loud About Nothing. I spill my tea every week. I have a Patreon, too, which I'm
Huge
like,
amount
I
of
need
tea.
to stop. Because it's only $10 and people can just know way too much.
Yeah, listen, I'm a patron.
Yeah, and I talk
I'm a land
crazy.
patron.
I talk crazy sometimes. But yeah, come on over. Come on over to Loud About Nothing. Follow me on Instagram, I guess, at Robbie Nunes, ROBBIENUNES.
Period.
And I love you guys. I love your fans. They're very supportive and sweet.
Get out there.
I love the lover girls, and I love being emotional online. I realize I'm not even like
I love being emotional.
I
online.
do. My roommate's like going to be emotional online. I'm like, you bet it.
Period. That's what I'm doing.
It's a great name for a show. I like our name of our show too, Loud About Nothing, because it just like tells you what it is
right.
instantly, and your name does it. It's incredible.
Exactly.
Emotionally online.
That's what we're doing over here.
And I love emotionally online people. My king, LeBron James,
There
very
is, you guys.
emotionally online.
Very emotionally online. That's an EO man right there.
I just like people. Millennials. Do you consider yourself a millennial? No, right?
I think that people my age can sort of decide which group they're in.
Okay.
And I probably lean more Gen Z just because I am such an internet kid.
I think millennials are more emotionally online though.
Interesting. Okay.
I don't know. But I do love the show,
Who knows?
obviously. And I love the fans. And I like to be emotionally online.
All right. There it is, folks.
We'll see you, I guess, yeah.
This is
We'll
such
see you
a
on the
bizarre
Patreon.
ending of the podcast with an iPhone video
We'll see
because
you
the
on the
other camera
Patreon.
died.
It
We'll
just
see you
died.
guys over on the Patreon.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Okay, it's your turn. Truth or dare?